So, all right, do we do an intro skit or not an intro skit, but do you have like an intro or an opening thing that you say?
Uh, well, yeah, okay. This is like my first video since I don't know when. Oh, actually, I forgot. I'm still. I just re-downloaded everything to edit the last time we recorded one of these videos. So this is even going to be my first video up in a long time because I'm almost done editing that, and that will go up first.
Right,
This is
right.
my first time recording an actual like video in a long time, so that's interesting. Anyways, I'm off my break for who knows how long. Last time we left off, we were reading. What was it? Was it Little Garden? It was Little Garden.
Yeah,
We had
Little
read Little
Garden.
Garden. Yeah, and this time we're reading Drum Island. With me, I have, of course, StrikkerZ and our other friend who this time is going to be going by the name Enel.
Yeah, we're going by NL this time, people. So
Man of many names. Man of many names.
yeah,
Yeah. And then the chapters for this arc I think were
It ends
one
at
second.
154 and it starts I want to say 132.
Uh I have it like right up, so I'd say 130. 130 is when the
130
Nami
is
is
the
sick
start.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
130 to
130.
154.
So, right. So I guess starting us off, Nami gets sick at Little Garden from like a prehistoric, what was it, a mosquito that bit her? Or was it like a
Yes.
Okay.
Something like
Like
that. Yeah.
yeah,
She.
some insect.
Right. So she gets sick, and they got to go to Drum Island, which I guess is the nameless kingdom. So they got to try and find a doctor. And on the way there, they get attacked by like I guess we know him now as like King Wapple, but like they get attacked by this pirate who like has a weird mouth and like eats weird things, and you know,
Mhm.
I sort of just wrote him off because like I heard the name Wapple before, but I was like, oh, this guy's kind of just ugh. I don't want to think about him, so I just ignored him. And then
Yeah.
they get to the island, and Dalton's there. So, oh, this is something important. I think this is the first time we see the zone fruits, right? Because Dalton's the cow,
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
or he's a
that's the first.
bison. He's
That's
a
when they
bison,
first explain it.
right?
I
And
will say let's just be sure let's not go into any spoilers here.
you mean
Yeah,
okay,
relatively.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Got you. So yeah, yeah. So they show up, and what happened? They got into a fight, right? Because like the royal guards there, they don't want to get any pirates or any trouble right there. And then Luffy's about to fight them, but then Nefertiti, what is her name? Vivi, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Vivi.
Yeah. Vivi's
Vivi.
like, oh, Luffy, don't fight them. We need help from these people. So Luffy, he bows his head and is like, oh, we just need a doctor. So Dalton and his crew's like, all right, we'll let you in on it. You can have your doctor. So they get there. I think Zoro stays with the ship or something, or he just stays behind, right? Like,
Yeah, Zoro's with
Yeah.
the ship with the duck. What's the duck's name again?
Kawu.
Oh, okay, yeah.
and with Sniper King, or actually, he's not called that yet.
No. Yeah.
No,
Usopp's not there.
Usopp goes with them. He doesn't stay on the ship.
Oh, he goes with them. Okay, all right. So they get there. I think what happened. So Luffy and Sanji go to take Nami up the mountain, and
Hmm.
yeah, so they're okay at that point. So they go, and then around that time happens. Then Wapple and his crew they land, and they've got what is it, Chess and Kuromo,
Marimo.
whatever the other guy, yeah. And so they show up, and then I think this is when Dalton uses the fruit and transforms into his hybrid form, right?
Yes, when they show up.
Yeah, and they skewer
Yeah.
him. So I guess this is just I guess since this is the first time we're seeing a zone fruit. So the zone users I guess have three forms. I know that's explained later on, but they have their human form, their beast form, and their hybrid form, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. So I guess Dalton only uses his hybrid form. We didn't see him turn into a
No, we
beast.
saw him turn into the beast. It was whenever he immediately jumped off of his horse, he turned into
The
the
full
full
cow.
Yeah,
cow.
and like he ran for like 2 seconds.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
the first. Yeah, so essentially the first time we see him, he goes full form, and then like every other time he's going hybrid.
all right. Then I must have just missed it. So also Wapple's riding these hippos that have extendable legs. So that's a
Yeah.
thing too. And I think he killed the hippo that he's riding. I think he killed its brother, right? Like he said, I don't know. He just
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you
Okay.
remember? Do you remember? I think I don't remember. I don't know why, but I thought Wapple ate the hippo and used his ability to extend his legs to like climb the wall himself. I don't remember why I'm thinking
No.
that. But like I was
That
pretty. Maybe that was in a
Probably
filler or
would have
something
been
because I
funny.
remember.
That would have been messed up.
I remember that happening. I remember that happening. Him using like that incorporation thing, but he used it like with like his hippo. But I don't
I mean,
remember.
did you ever watch the remake movie?
You mean the one that came out in 2019?
No. This one came out long ago. Maybe like somewhere earlier in the 2010s, where they had like some other people in it instead. That one, maybe it happened in that, and you could have seen a clip from the movie or something, because like it was basically just a retelling of a different version of this story.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Maybe.
the
Who knows?
cloak that Wapple's wearing, is that the hippo skin?
Probably.
Oh, I think it might be.
I think the head's the same.
Oh my god, he skinned the hippo's brother.
Yeah, Wapple's a very odd. Wapple's an odd character.
Yeah,
He-
honestly,
he's a
if
grotesque
I'm
one.
being honest, I'd say you could probably easily put him in the bottom ranking of One Piece bad guys.
I mean, like, yeah. Well, if we're talking,
Yeah, he kind of just
yeah.
sucks.
Well,
Like,
okay.
in terms of like his literal power, sure, but that's not necessarily the main point.
Well, no, okay. His
Oh no,
power-
I'm talking about overall as a bad guy. I think he sucks.
Yeah, no,
He's not at all close to being good in my opinion.
Because
I guess.
Sun Eater from Boku no Hero Academia or whatever has like the similar power, and he's kind of cool. But like, yeah, no. Out of the 4 bad guys we've seen so far, what is it? The first one was Axe Hand Morgan or something like, right? That's what his name was.
We've seen a
Well,
few.
we've seen a
Axe Hand
lot more.
Morgan,
I thought you were gonna say like 4
Buggy,
from like Grand Line,
Donkey.
not like
Donkey.
Yeah.
4 bad guys in general.
All
Like, out of all of
along,
them, we've seen way more than 4.
Who's the cat guy? The cat
the
pods.
people. Oh,
talking about Kuro?
Captain Kuro.
Yeah, Captain Kuro.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of all those, yeah, Wapple is at the very bottom.
I would say Buggy would probably be less important than Wapple if you don't,
If you don't
if
know.
Buggy didn't come back twice. If Buggy didn't come back like he did, I would definitely say just from Buggy's first encounter, I would say he was probably less impressive than Wapple. But at the same time, I think what makes Wapple interesting is like it's more so the fact that he is a king of a kingdom that's like recognized by the world government.
Yeah.
Which is what that's the main thing that keeps him of some more relevance in my head is just the fact that like yes, his personality is absolutely the pits. It's ridiculously stupid. It's not even like super like invested or like it's like even saying you just hate him is kind of weird because there's not a lot there to hate. He just seems like he's just not really thinking about what he's doing for the most part and just kind of
Yeah.
gluttonous. But like the fact that like he is in the position that he's in with the fucking what's it called? Yeah, with just
government?
like the king. Yeah, with the government with the kings makes it a little bit more like it get like I don't know, it gives some more insight. It gives some more insight. It's not really like it's weird to say because it's not really like it's not that Walpole's character itself gives you insight into the way the kings work, but more so just like the fact that he's a king gives you like you can actually see more of this stuff. Like you get to see the Rivera like way earlier than earlier than you will later. But so it's something. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's less the character, more just the events.
Yeah, the circumstances surrounding him. I guess we can get into the Reverie a little bit. So the Reverie is like the big deal where like all the little nation states that belong to the world government like meet up, right? Because we saw Vivi and her
Yes.
dad in a flashback there. So I think that's, I mean, without getting into any other future spoilers, like that's basically like all we know about like how the world government's like structured, right? Like we know that all these leaders they go to the Reverie and it's like part of the world government. And, like that's
Yeah.
high up as the chain that we know of at this point. So
Talking about this time around, was it the Blackbeard pirates again?
Yes, those are the people who caused Wappo to leave Drum Island.
I mean, yeah, but at the Reverie that we saw, they were saying they wanted to stop some threat.
Oh, Revolutionary Dragon.
yeah, Dragon.
Oh
They had
yeah,
a
it was
picture
Dragon.
of
There
yeah.
it was. Right. Okay. Yeah. So they wanted to stop Dragon, and that's when and Walpole was like, "Yeah, this doesn't concern me." And then Vivi's dad was like, "What the fuck, Walpole? Yes, it does."
Yeah, because
But,
if they go all
yeah.
French Revolution, all their heads are rolling. And then Wapple like decides to slap. He decides to slap
Vivi,
Vivi.
yeah, like that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's getting into like just the dumb stuff. Like, he's super petty. Like the level of pettiness in Wapple is ridiculous. Because like, what is it? He thought Luffy and them caused the avalanche to come down and like take out the whole village just to spite them or something. It's like, dude, what the? Oh my god, yeah. And then like, yeah, like he slapped Vivi, which could easily have caused a whole war, and it's like yeah. And the thing about it that makes it even weirder is the fact that like none of Wapol's soldiers are really even that strong. It's
No,
not like he
I
is.
mean, if you're looking army to army between Alabasta and Drum Island, we already know that Alabasta had at one point a 600,000 man army.
Yeah, I know. But even then, like Alabasta also has Crocodile on there still now. Like they don't know about, the whole Barracky Works stuff.
Wait, was
So it's
Crocodile
like
Yeah.
working for Cobra and Nefertiti
what
back in the
like
day, or
I don't know. Even whether he was or wasn't, this is not necessarily the point. That was 6 years
That's where he
ago,
set
so
up base.
maybe.
That's all that
okay,
matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like whether he was or wasn't isn't necessarily the point. The main point though is that like Walpole's forces are way, way weaker than most of the stuff at Alabasta. I guess we wouldn't know that by this point. But like even Dalton's probably his most competent soldier, and he's still not really that strong.
he's like one of the only 2 devil fruit users they have on the island. I mean, we'll get to Wapol
Yeah.
in his thing like later on, but like yeah,
Yeah, even Walpole himself, I'm pretty sure he would just Walpole's getting two-pieced up by most of the Royal Guard in Alabasta, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah. So Walpole returns, and like Dalton tries to rally I guess the civilians and be like, like get out of here, Walpole. We don't need you. You got ran out by Blackbeard and you ran away. By the way, this is the first mention of Blackbeard, and it's like, oh, Blackbeard and like 4 other dudes, like a crew of 5, just took out the entire, Drum Island military and country. Ooh, Blackbeard, he's so dangerous. We'll put a pin on that for whenever it's relevant.
Yeah.
What's interesting there to me is like they were so shocked, but honestly, it's not like Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji couldn't do the same thing.
It's not like they
Yeah.
didn't do the same thing.
Yeah, like you see, there was like that one panel where you see like after Zoro like gets his clothes back, he just takes out every single one of Walpole's soldiers. Like, huh, really? Is that it? All right. He just moves on.
Yeah, like he didn't even get his clothes back. He just took like a coat off of one of the royal.
Yeah. No, dude, it was that was one of the funniest scenes when I was just reading it because I was like, yeah, this is definitely way funnier reading this stretch than it was watching it. 'Cause, like they're always like,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, Yusuf, that guy's he's an enemy, right? He's an enemy, right? We don't need to care about him at all, right? It's like, yeah. Why are you getting so angsty? And he immediately backhands and takes his clothes. He's like freezing. Oh my god.
Yeah, like what was he doing? He was doing like ice water training or something, or he was like standing shirtless. He's like,
Yeah.
like he was like, yeah,
And he
let's
went
go
for
for
a swim.
yeah, let's go for a quaint like midwinter swim, and then like the avalanche like dumps a whole bunch of snow into the water. It's like he gets out on the wrong side of the river and like gets lost or something. But yeah, that was no, it was funny.
yeah. Oh, by the way, Drum Island.
It was a lot funnier than usual.
Drum Island's got like the best doctors ever. Because like remember, Dalton got like skewered by like 4 different spears, right? And then got buried under the avalanche.
Striker, remember Sanji? Like they said he had a cracked spine.
Yes, I remember that. They said he's got a cracked spine. It's like the spinal column.
That's not yeah, it's like plus he like recovered within like a couple hours not to walk around like One Piece. What the crap? Like, because I remember that this is like if you watched Naruto, it's a similar thing happened to Lee where he was like, oh, so I was like, oh yeah, his spinal cord is like messed up. It's like he might not be able to be a ninja again. Like Sanji gets his spine messed up, he's walking around the next hour. Like, girl, what did you do to him?
I mean, just real quick,
God.
I don't know if you guys remember, but towards the beginning, right before Zoro goes on that midwinter swim, he checks his ankles and he says he's fully healed.
Dude, his foot was like chopped
And
off.
yeah, like he half cut through those, and because Nami got sick from that insect bite.
We know it's
on
been like
Little
5
Garden.
days. It was like I think they certified it was like 3 days or so.
Yeah, he's just completely healed, just cut through like half his bone.
Yeah, this is like this is ridiculous.
And he did that without a doctor because their crew doesn't have a doctor at this point. Zoro just decided
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
to stitch himself up.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, the healing factor is going wild.
Yeah.
I mean, not to mention also like in terms of just feats of ridiculousness, there was like Luffy climbing up the tower holding both Sanji and Nami.
Mhm.
Wait, hang on. So let's go back. 'cause
that was-
Oh yeah, actually, just real quick about that. That was actually one of the few things that was done better in the anime. because like you saw here, he fell a little, right?
Yeah, it was way. Yeah, I remember that was way longer in the anime. Like
Yeah, in
it
the
was like 2
anime,
pages here.
he fell like down in the anime, like I don't know, a few 100 feet, and you could just see like the red streaks on the
Mhm.
mountain from his fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it really made you feel for it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, because that was one thing. That was like the only thing I honestly remember from Drum Island was that climb. But yeah, because it was very impactful watching that in the anime. It was like because for one, it just took a long time. Two, it seemed incredibly painful. It was like it contrasts extremely with like the casualness of the rest of the arc, or relative casualness of the rest of the arc. Because Luffy's like, yeah, no, I can just take her on my back. It's like. Knowing how that turns out, I was like, "Ooh, are you sure you want to do that, Luffy?" It's like, "Yeah, no, it'll be fine." It's like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Because if you saw that in the anime, it's like, boy, that's a that was painful. That was very painful for him to do
Exactly.
that. But yeah, it's like yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, so going back a little bit, I guess we're gonna talk about Dalton getting
Yeah,
shot,
so
and
he
then
somehow lives, obviously. And then so Luffy, Sanji, Luffy's carrying Nami. Like Sanji and him, they go up the mountain and they start fighting the Lapins, right? Or the Lupin.
right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, speaking of death tolls, real fast. When Wapol got there, he killed all the guards who were like stationed
Yeah,
outside.
because I just reread the arc today,
Hmm.
and I was like, wait, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
'cause-
really think about that before. It's like he really just
Wait,
killed them.
what?
yeah, you like one, those are his citizens, and two, he just
Yeah.
actually killed them. That's different.
Wait, you mean the people that were following Dalton or his men?
No, well, yeah, well, yeah, because
Yeah.
remember Dalton's troops or whatnot aren't actual soldiers; they're just
Yeah.
civilians. Like the people who like shot Vivi whenever they first got there. Like, yeah, they did the same thing to Wapo, and he just killed them.
Oh, that flew right over my head. He just killed them? Shoot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Well,
they mentioned. Yeah, no, that's what they mentioned is like one of the guards. Whenever the guard first comes and talks to Dalton, saying like, "Oh yeah, Wapple's back," he's like, "Yeah, all the other guards they're just dead. Wapple, he's back," or whatnot. Then Dalton runs off in his beast form. I think yeah, you probably just skipped. Yeah, I think you skipped over that whole section, but all the same, because that's when he does his first full transformation and
Yeah, man,
everything.
that must have just.
But if you don't remember that part either, then yeah, it probably just flew over your head. All good. Um, but yeah, so Wapol actually kills somebody, so that's some death counts in One Piece total. So people do die in One Piece. Here
Just
we go.
nameless
yeah.
schmucks.
We're breaking these norms. We're breaking the stereotypes. Anywho, yeah, so they're fighting the bunny bears or whatnot. It was funny, like whenever they were just whenever what was it, Luffy and Sanji were just running away from the first bunny, it was just like grabbing and snapping at them. Then he like bit a tree in
Yeah.
half. And, like, they still just didn't care. Like, just oh man, that level of
So were
casualness
those bunny bears the
is
things that
funny.
messed up Sanji? Because he got like messed up and Luffy had to start carrying him, and that was before.
No,
Uh,
well, not
no,
really.
he
Yeah,
yeah, it was
you're
like when they were snowboarding on the tree, they hit a
yeah,
rock, and then he also got trapped underneath the avalanche.
Okay.
yeah. That's what messed up Sanji the most. Like they were snowboarding, they ran into a rock. They were gonna snowboard straight into the rock, but Sanji wanted to save Luffy and specifically save Nami, so he tossed Luffy and them off of it, but he ended up hitting it himself. Like he just slammed into it. It looks really bad in the manga too, because like he's just spurting blood from somewhere, but it looks like it's coming from his head. And like then
Mhm.
he gets buried under the avalanche, and then like later you hear like, oh yeah, he's got like 6 broken ribs and a cracked spine. It's like, what the fuck? Like honestly the impact didn't look like it was that bad, but still like, what the fuck?
That's why you always
Man, yeah.
take snowboarding lessons before you try it out the first time, and wear a helmet.
I mean, hey, to be fair, dude, they were actually cruising on that. Plus, it was like 2 people on one board, so like,
Yeah.
they were gliding pretty well. If it wasn't for the bears were also gliding with them. If it wasn't for that, they might have been able to get out of there pretty scot free. But yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
And then Luffy, doing the typical all loving hero thing, he saved one of the bunny bears, right? What was it? He saved the baby?
Yeah,
Hmm.
he
Yeah.
saved one
And
of
then
them. No,
No,
he
the
saved the
baby was
oh,
giant.
trying
saved the
to.
The baby
Yeah,
was
was trying
trying
to.
to save
right.
its parent, and he
Save the
just
giant.
Yeah.
he yanked it out of out of
Right.
the snow.
So
So
then at this point, Waffle and his two goons, they show up and they start harassing Luffy, and Luffy's just like, I could fight them, but then he remembered, I think Sanji told him like, yeah, any fighting you do is just gonna hurt Nami. So he's like, I'm just gonna run away. And then like, Wapol makes his new decree that anyone that ignores him gets the death penalty. So he starts trying to chase Luffy, and then the bunny bears they step in to fight Wapol, and Luffy goes to start climbing the.
Yeah. I felt like that was a little bit convenient. I thought it would have been more interesting if, like, instead of them necessarily siding with Luffy, it was like Luffy ran towards them and they just attacked all the humans.
That would have been interesting, actually. That would have been rather than
That would have been pretty
Yeah.
funny.
yeah. Because you're right. I felt like it was.
Especially because then afterwards you see like Wapol just gun them all down.
Yes, that was brutal.
Like that. Oh man.
Because like it's like okay, I get that
Jesus
Luffy
Christ.
saved one of them, but like, are they really going to risk their entire population trying to fight this guy? Like, I guess at some point.
Well, no, it's just the idea of like the enemy turning heel this quickly is a little bit. I mean, like, granted, like these are not. We don't need a full backstory on the bunny bears.
Yeah,
at
we
the
have
same
one of the
time.
infamous
Like, I just
One
felt
Piece
like-
flashbacks on how the bunny bears have always been brutally mistreated by the rain.
I don't need that, but I think it would have been more interesting if like they actually did make a play on that. Because like I found it interesting that like their decision to just cause a damn avalanche whenever they couldn't catch Luffy and Sanji. So like that part about it seemed pretty interesting to me. But other than that, yeah, I would say Oda's doing a lot of weird stuff in this particular stretch of chapters. Like Opa, did you notice this whole weird scheme going on with Luffy and the cold resistance?
Mhm. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you
So
mean
when
how
they
he
fir-
doesn't notice?
Yeah, because when they first get there, Luffy is very hyped for the cold. He's like, "Oh yeah, this place is wonderful. It's cool. It's awesome." And something after, Usopp has to remind him that Luffy, aren't you cold? Like you're wearing like you're wearing like tropical clothes. It's like, oh yeah, I guess it is really cold. And then like later on, because he does that several times throughout the arc, where he just doesn't seem to have any sort of issue
I think
with the
he's just.
cold.
I think it's just a joke of him being
Oh,
stupid.
who knows? Maybe it's foreshadowing for that
I
spoiler
don't know
thing.
that because usually, because my thing is usually Luffy's stupidity is it's not it. It's weird for it to be unless we're going with like Oda's projecting some like love of snow, like a childish love of snow. It feels
Yeah.
weird for this to be like this isn't a normal way that Luffy is stupid. So that's what makes it a little bit strange for me to just chalk it up to that. But
Mhm.
because I mean, like what? Because I don't think Luffy was like he wasn't born like there wasn't like a bunch of I guess you have to get into spoiler territory in terms of Luffy's past, but like it's just I don't remember him necessarily having a good affiliation with snow and cold and everything. So it just seems very odd for him to like be because he actually likes being in the snow, which is why I think it's weird for it to just be him being stupid. But whatever. Who knows? Who knows exactly?
Yeah. So then, after Wapol starts fighting the bunny bears, Luffy, does the painful climb up the. Is that just like the drum tower or something, or is that like?
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
like the
just-
mountains.
Yeah, the way the
Yeah.
mountains are shaped.
So he gets up there, and then I think Tony Chopper's there. I think he was in his human point form, or he was in like the the big burly form, and like he rescued him. And,
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be human.
So they rescue him. They take Nami, and then we get to see the Dr. Kureha.
Yeah. Oh wait, fun fact. Chopper is purposely inconsistent with every other zone with his human form, as he's a mixture still.
Yeah, he's not fully
Oh.
human.
Is there a
Yeah.
reason for that? Or
Yeah, because of all his fur and stuff. Oda just kind of said, like, wouldn't it be kind of creepy?
Oh,
You know? Yeah, Chopper without his fur and stuff.
I mean, hell, inside the story, it's canonically everyone was creeped out by Chopper when his like blue nose. So I don't know. I don't know if saying like, oh yeah, it would also be creepy if he went full human. I think that might have saved him some
Yeah,
stress.
actually, I mean, well, there you go. That's the point. If he'd gone full human, we wouldn't be having this whole arc where he's, finds the doctor and the quack doctor, and he's hiding on the island. He'd just blend in with all the other humans.
Yeah, but that's not an explanation as to why it's like that. That's like, I mean, okay, on a meta level, that's why, but that's
Yeah,
not
that's
like
the meta
Yeah.
level.
That's not inside the canon. Why is he not going full human? Like every other fruit just goes full into their transformation. Who knows? Maybe Choppers doesn't actually have to be the human fruit.
that could be it. He has
another fast one. Oda's pulling fast
left
ones
and
on
right.
us.
He's got the
But, yeah.
abominable snowman model of the.
He has the abominables. The snowman fruit. It's there's man in there, I guess.
It's the
but,
Hita fruit model snowman. Oh man. Anyhow, we'll put a pin on that as well. But yeah, so Luffy and Sanji they're talking about seasoning Chopper. No, Sanji talking about seasoning Chopper. Luffy just wants to eat the guy just straight up, even though Luffy was saved by
Yep.
Chopper.
I mean, yeah,
I don't think
he
he's
doesn't know
realized
that.
it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't know that for a
Oh, okay.
while.
Well, I don't know. Like, I guess you're right. He didn't transform into his big human form, and he was in his little.
No, yeah. They're chasing Chopper
Yeah,
around when
so-
he's small. Not when he's like huge. I think he goes huge to like knock them into the ground, and then
Mm.
I don't even
No,
know
I
if they
don't think.
recognize that was
I don't
him.
think they do.
I
I
don't.
think it goes unacknowledged.
I don't know if they recognize that he went human even at that point. Is
Oh,
my
because he
thing.
did. He went
But
snowman.
Well, they didn't reckon like they recognized that he was big after it. Like not in this scene, but like later on, he goes big and like throws, I think like a guardrail at them, and they're like, "Yo, did that dude just transform into a huge
yeah,
monster?"
there you go. Yeah, there you go. So that's when I notice it. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
the first time he does it and just knocks him into the ground, like they don't recognize that it happened.
Yeah.
This is Sanji with his cracked spine, by the way.
Yeah, at least like in Naruto, like they had the excuse of like Tsunade's god hands or whatever, or like god healing. No, Dr. Kureha's.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what on earth Dr. Kuroi did to like fix his spine because your spine like I don't know your spine isn't supposed to
Well,
heal
okay,
like
you got
that.
the spinal cord, and you got the spinal column, and you've got the spinal discs.
I guess,
So
but like she just inject bone marrow into his spine and just
replace the
heal it or
broken disc.
something?
Well, actually, we don't even know what she means by a cracked spine. Does she mean the discs are broken, or does she mean like the inside is all messed up? So
It could be a singular part, like a singular. Is it called
yeah,
like a
spinal
vertebrae? Is
disc.
that what
yeah.
each? Yeah, it could be like a single vertebrae is like
Just
cracked or
replace it.
something, you know?
You just have to
Or it
replace
could be a
you just have to
bunch of
replace
them.
the vertebrae inside her.
Well,
Sarcophagus.
they weren't able.
They did talk about operating on him.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, and like, there was like one panel where he's like strapped to a table and he's just like sweating like crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, they aren't able to save everyone because in that flashback with the quack doctor, I don't even know what his name is. Like, they say like he wasn't able to save everyone?
He
Oh,
like,
what?
What, you mean the quack doctor? Oh yeah, the quack doctor blew
Well, no, I
himself
meant like in the
up, but-
flashbacks, he was like trying to save
Yeah.
some people, but like coming down their chimney, and he wasn't able to like save everyone he operated on, right? Like,
oh no, he was
Oh,
a
okay.
terrible doctor.
Yeah,
He
no, yeah, I don't.
probably
well, I'm just saying,
saved no
there's
one.
organ donors.
Yeah.
Except
Oh,
Chopper.
it's like this Chopper, but there's organ donors, it's the Doctor Island. I don't know, how they do things, but Anyhow, moving on. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I just realized also, Chopper was talking, so Luffy had no qualms about eating a sentient animal, or at least one that could clearly communicate to him that, hey, don't eat me, So
I mean, Luffy pretty much talks to
Yeah.
all the animals he eats anyways, so.
Yeah, he would have no qualms doing that. I mean, in all fairness, a lot of the animals. Wait, I guess going forward, there'll be plenty of animals that are like sentient, not in the sense that they speak English, but that they have a pretty good level of ability.
Yeah,
to
they
think,
definitely have
essentially.
there's clear intelligence in a lot of animals
Okay.
going forward. So
the
like,
only
Yeah.
ones,
So, but he definitely would
the only
still
ones
eat
that I
them.
can think of at the top
Right.
right now are like
And
the
he
duck
does.
and like the whale from like a couple arcs ago, like yeah.
Yeah.
La
A balloon, yeah. Man, Luffy would have eaten the balloon. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So anyhow,
He might have. If you really
Point.
wanted to, but
Yeah.
so but anyway, yeah. So they're running around. Nami's getting the antidote for the prehistoric cure or whatever, even though it's not native to the island. Dr. Crow is just that goddamn good of a doctor. And then I think there's that scene where they're like trying to close the door, but like a bird like nested on top of the door, so like Chopper tells them not to close it, and they're like, oh, okay. Chopper's
that doesn't explain why there's so much snow throughout the entirety of the castle. But yeah, it was. At
I
least
think
for
it
that
just is. I
scene.
think we're just supposed to assume it gets blown
no,
in.
every door has
all
a nest
within
on
that,
it.
all within like one moment like that. Well, not one moment, but like all within. Say that nest has only been up there for a maximum like a week or so. Like that's a lot of snow. like that's a lot of snow inside that castle. But especially when we see Wapol and them running across, like everything's covered in snow.
I mean, if it's a blizzard, if it's a blizzard like 24/7 for the entire year, I mean, you remember the snowstorms we'd get,
Yeah,
back at
maybe just like still, but
yeah. So yeah, Wapol shows up, and his two goons are there, and then Sanji tries to fight, and he gets tripped, because he still has like, oh yeah, so he has a cracked spine. He tries to fight, and then like she trips him. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah, Curry
Yeah.
just like knocks him down. He's like, "Yeah, you're coming back."
Nami stays inside, and like Luffy, I guess, goes back in to get her coat. So, what you were saying?
You think Curry could actually just take out Wapol
I don't know.
herself?
Have we seen her like? I don't know. I guess she tripped.
We haven't seen her directly fight, but she's like been chasing. She chases
Throws
people
the
around.
throw
Like she
knives.
knocked over Sanji. It's like, yeah, she does the knife. She also kicked over a whole wall at one point. So there was that.
Yeah, I could see her
But,
doing like the whole Dio thing
yeah,
where
I don't know.
she
Gray
throws
was
the
definitely
knives.
seemed like, yeah, Gray definitely seemed like she was going kind of, like she was going kind of
Yeah.
in during this arc.
So Luffy goes and gets the coat from Nami, which I guess that like plays off of what you're talking about earlier with like the snow and the he's cold but he's not cold, like uh yeah, I don't know, like
Care.
I was like when I first saw that I was like, oh, like why is he getting the coat from Nami? And then like later on, the punchline is he ruined the coat and Nami says, oh, you're gonna have to pay me like what was it, 1 grand? Yeah, 3 times over, and it was like some huge number of berries. I'm like, is that the joke? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but anyway, yeah. So
Relatively, yeah. It's that's just Nami's thing about like lending people out. Plus, honestly, she had Kurei's cloak, which is honestly way better than Nami's thing. But did you see Nami and Kurei's coat afterwards? It was like a full
I don't
gown
remember.
almost. That thing looks pretty sick. But
So
anyways,
now we
yeah.
get Chopper's
So the
flashback during the
Wapol.
Wapol fight, right? So Chopper's first the two guys is Chess and the Afro dude. The Afro dude throws his afros, and that's when Sanji gets knocked out. And then I guess they get beaten up a little bit. So Wapol reveals his fruit called the Baku fruit.
Yeah, it's like
fruit.
munch fruit.
And then he eats both of his minions. Well, first, okay, it's revealed that he ate a house, a cannon, and I don't know. He turns into this weird factory thing, and then he eats.
Yeah, he had a house, a buttered cannon, and another just normal cannon.
So he turns into this weird cannon house thing, and then he eats his 2 minions, right? And then he's got this door on the front of his body, which opens up, which I don't know about the logistics of that one, man. And then the 2 minions come out, and they're supposedly fused, which also I'm not going to get into the logistics of that, except for
they said
I know,
one was standing on its shoulders. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just piggyback.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like my thing is I don't know if they're actually
stuck on top of each other.
Oh, but they're not actually fused, right? That's not an actual thing.
I hope not.
No, I don't think they're actually fused.
So yeah, so they come out, and then now we get Chopper's flashback with the quack doctor that we were talking about a few times. So Chopper.
Actually, the flashback happened before that.
This is when we're getting to it now. So Chopper, he had the flashback where. Wait, actually, does the flashback start off with the quack doctor? Starts off with him, huh?
Yeah.
It's the quack doctor, and then like.
So he's going through chimney to chimney trying to save people because I guess Drum Island has these things called the D20 or the Ishi-20, which is the 20 doctors that are in service of the king, and I guess also Wapol's father was a good king, but Wapol is not a good king. So I know I guess I give points for that because like Dalton mentions that later. So he's going around trying to save people, and he's a terrible doctor, and he's being hunted down by the Drum Island police, and there's also, I guess, no, that comes later. So he's doing that, and eventually, how did he meet Chopper? He found him in the woods, right?
Found him in the woods,
and Chopper was trying to fight he was just angry, right? Because before this,
Chopper had just been attacked by humans.
Yeah, and when Huey looks the quack doctor, when he was trying to help Chopper, that gun he has filled with like anesthesia or whatever.
Yeah, the tranquilizer darts.
Yeah, the tranquilizer darts. Chopper saw that gun, and so he like had those associated in his
And then
mind.
the quack doctor like stripped naked and said, "I would never, shoot you." Which I guess that comes back into play later with the whole never shoot you thing. So yeah, so Chopper was a reindeer that had a blue nose, and then he was forced to stay at the back of the pack of the reindeer, and then eventually he ate the human fruit, which turned him what we assume to be the human fruit. For all we know, it could be the abominable snowman fruit. And then he was ostracized from the pack even worse because now does he have a full beast form that he could have used to disguise himself back with the other reindeer, or?
Yeah,
he kind of does.
In this arc. Yeah, he could just turn back into a reindeer.
Oh right, that's right, because he did the whole Santa Claus thing where like the Dr. Kreha is like in the sled and he's like pulling it.
Yeah.
So Yeah, anyhow, they kick him out of the clan, so he tries to turn into his humanoid form, and he gets chased out and shot. So that's when the Quack Doctor saves him, and the Quack Doctor is like healing him up. And the Quack Doctor's backstory to me is a little. So he got hurt, right? But he found these pink cherry blossoms that were like a miracle cure that healed him, right? Okay, so now he wants to bring the
Yeah,
miracle
pretty
cure
much.
here. Because I know he talks to Dr. Correja, and she calls him a quack and saying that there's no grand panacea or whatever. But he's, I guess, doing his research, which, whatever. I guess he's a quack, so whatever. And then Chopper, I guess, and him are trying to work on it together. Eventually, Chopper's healed up enough, so he shoos
Mhm.
Chopper away. And I guess Chopper, he still wants to hang out with the Quack Doctor, so he goes out and he fights the reindeer to look for an ingredient of the Grand Panacea. But meanwhile, the Quack Doctor is still dying, I guess. Um, okay. And
Yeah.
he and the Kureha are arguing about, like, oh, you're a quack, there is no miracle thing, and he points a gun and he's like, I don't need, to live forever. I just need to live a few more days or whatever to complete my research. And I guess she
You just knock.
yeah,
knocks
she's
the
like,
gun
you're
down
gonna
with
point a
both
trank
hands.
gun at me, like that's not. So yeah, so I guess yeah,
He
no,
just
she
wasn't
doesn't.
falling
So
for
I
it.
guess she tries to fix him up, and Chopper returns with this mushroom, and he saw it in a book because it had a skull and crossbones. Now earlier on, when Chopper and the Doctor were hanging out, they talked about how like, oh my God, the Quack Doctor was part of a pirate crew, right? Like, because he had the cherry blossoms on the skull and crossbone, right?
I
No,
don't
it's
know if
never
he was.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
he was a
thief. Okay.
bandit or he was like a thief, but I don't think
All
he
right,
was
so he
ever an
just had
actual
the
pirate.
pirate flag, and
No.
he said like, "Oh, this flag right here means that you'll face any danger with a smile on your face, and that this is laughter and whatnot." So when Chopper brings him with the skull and crossbones mushroom, the Quack Doctor eats it, and Chopper thinks that it's part of the Grand Panacea because in the book it had the skull and crossbone, which is what was like on the flag. So then, the Quack Doctor eats
Mhm.
it, which I guess I'll come back to that in a second because it ties into what we were talking about in the previous arc. So he says, "Oh, I'm healed. I'm gonna go do something," and Chopper's all happy. And then Doctor Kreha says, "Oh my God, you idiot! The skull and crossbone means poisonous. It means toxic." And Chopper's freaking out. And so then we get to go see where the Quack Doctor is, and apparently he was told that the D20 was all sick and there was like an outbreak, so he needed to go to Wapple's castle. Which, man, that is a cold move on Wapple's end, but that's who he is.
Well, no, because Wapple was also stopping like he stopped the doctor from
Yeah.
helping
Oh,
people. So until that happened, until that resolved, like everyone who was sick couldn't
it's
see a
really
doctor.
cold.
Yeah, because essentially those doctors are the only
Only
doctors
doctors.
on the
Yeah,
island
yeah,
outside of Hirulik
Okay,
and Koreha.
yeah. And Kure was definitely not about to make a move while this happened because she knew it was a trap. Hell, they
but he
both
did
knew it
it
was a
anyway.
trap
Well, I guess he
eventually. But
was
Yeah.
gonna die anyway. So he shows up, and then he gives his speech like, oh, thank goodness it was just a trap. Everyone's okay. All the doctors are there, and he gives a little speech about like when does a man truly die? Does he die when he's shot? Does he die when he gets sick? Does he die when he eats a poisonous mushroom in a stew? He's like, no, a man dies when his deeds are forgotten, right? That's what the speech was. Yeah,
something like that, probably.
Yeah,
yeah.
basically when he's
And
forgotten.
Dalton's there, and the doctor's talking about how like the country is corrupt, and they need to bring like sympathy and empathy back to the kingdom, and Dalton's kind of moved by the speech, and so the Quack Doctor, before they kill the Quack Doctor, he pulls out like some tea, and he drinks it, and the tea he explodes. He just straight up explodes.
I think
Oh,
it's
sake.
sake,
Okay.
I think, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's sake, and we don't actually know if he had like some explosives in his jacket or
Man,
whatever,
I'm just
but
gonna
yeah,
assume
he
that's what the mushroom
explodes.
does.
Hell, I mean, considering yeah, well, no, not really,
Nah,
but considering the way, well, considering the fact he was able to make the whole cherry blossom flower thing, he probably just concocted. That might have just been like a special explosive drink. Maybe he's drinking
It's just
gasoline straight up.
it's possible.
yeah. So he blows up, and this is what we were talking about with the Arlong Park arc, where basically it's like it's better to die than to have your dreams given up. So he chose to drink the mushroom stew and die to, I guess. Well, he was already gonna die, so I guess it doesn't really matter whether it just took like instead of dying in like a few days, he dies in like an hour.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not the same, sort of, but like I don't know. I guess it's just another one of those things where it's like it's better to die than to give up on your dream.
Yeah.
What are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
at that point, he had already talked to Stricker's referring to like Don Krieg and like Sanji's thing, where it was like a big theme of that arc was like it's better to die chasing your dreams than to live giving up on them, and like essentially that notion. And at the point in which Hirulik was about to die, he had already asked Dr. Kureha to teach Chopper. I think he was more so at that point already passing on that like dream to Chopper.
Right. So you can.
We passed on to both of them because he also gave Kureha the chemical, whatever, to
True.
actually
Yeah.
Actually, wait. So I have a question about the cherry blossom thing. So at the end of the arc, I mean, this is kind of skipping ahead, but like they dyed the snow pink, so that wasn't the actual cherry blossoms thing. That was just like a symbolic gesture. Was there actually a cherry blossom cure thing that like
Yeah.
Hirulik or Quack made and gave to Kureha, or?
No, that is exactly what it was. Huluk is like it's Huluk's basically has the heart has what Oda's representing as like an ideal heart of a doctor. He doesn't really need payment to try to help someone. He wants to help people. You know,
Relatively,
yeah.
because there are the times where he's just stealing from people, but
Well, yeah, stealing from people, but
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
But wait,
man's got to
didn't
eat. You know what
Kureha
I mean?
also steal from people she
yeah.
treated? Like, didn't they both?
Well, no, she
Hers is
she
less
she would
stealing
just
because she at least
yeah
told you what it is, and she over costed you for stuff.
Okay,
yeah
all
she
right.
she
So one
just
steals from you, one
exploits you.
exploits you.
That's very different than just
Yeah.
outright taking taking stuff.
Yeah, he outright steals stuff, but he doesn't take money from people he's treating. So, that's a positive. If only he knew how to actually do
Right.
medicine, that'd be a positive, I guess. But like, so essentially, he has this false idea where it's like him viewing that beautiful scene of cherry blossoms cured him, which we know, regardless of what happened, he wasn't actually cured. His disease came back, so it's
Right.
whatever, right? But so like, he has basically that heart of a doctor. And so he had the idea that just a beautiful sight like that can inspire something in you, some strong emotion that then reflects in a change of your body and something.
Oh,
Like
so
that would
he really is a
essentially be the
quack.
cure. And so yeah, the stuff yes, he's
Yeah,
definitely a
yeah. That's
crack.
why. That's why.
Completely.
So he tried to become a doctor after he was cured. He used to be just a thief, so there's no way
Yeah.
he doesn't have much medical training other than just reading books. I mean, he has at
Honestly,
least
Chopper was
something.
lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
well,
at
he
least.
knew the
Well,
mushroom was poisonous.
Yeah. Because he has those books which tell him how to do things, but for the most part, he's experimenting like wolves. That he did that injection on the one dude and gave him like a foment from the mouth or whatever from the
Yeah.
family. But yeah, because Chopper didn't actually learn medicine from Dr. Curie. He learned it
oh my
afterwards.
god. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought.
essentially. And so that powder he made was specifically made to attach to snow, and then
Yeah,
with the mountains
Oh
basically
my
form the cherry
god. Okay, I
blossom.
thought he
Like
was like
right.
okay. I thought it was
Like
BS what he was
something.
trying to produce. Like I thought he was at least trying to produce like an actual cure at least. Like no, he's just producing dye that's supposed to aerosolize in the
no.
snow. Like oh my god. All right. Whatever.
Yes,
I
that
mean,
that is what he was
30
relatively.
more
It's
concerned
more
years?
with.
like it depends on how you want to view it. Depends on yeah. Like we say, he's a quack, but like we said, like depending on how you want to view it. Like he did think he was attempting. He did think what he was doing was going to be a cure, but
Yeah.
it's not like it's not really based around scientific like a
There's
scientific
no scientific
analysis
method
of
to
it. It's just like he's
I mean, one way you can look at it is it can more so be a cure for your hurt, because like that's something he did actually help Chopper with. Besides for
right.
the miracle that Chopper actually recovered physically under him, he kind of cured
Right.
Chopper's hurt essentially, and so that's really where his kind of ideology more so falls. He should not have never have been a doctor. Honestly, I'm not surprised it took him 30 years. If he had regular skills, I'm guessing he probably wouldn't have gone into being a thief. But
Yeah,
that's
let's
beside
not
the
get into
point.
the conversation of opportunity. Anyway, so anyhow, going back to this, so he blows up, and Chopper resolves to become a doctor under Doctor Kreha's thing, and then I think also during this flashback, maybe a man named Ace. I mean, we all know Ace, but a man named Ace shows up, and he's like, "I'm Ace. I'm looking for Blackbeard. Is he here?" And like, "Oh, Blackbeard's not here anymore." But if you, oh no, that's completely wrong. That happened 10 days before Luffy showed up. But whatever, we'll cover here. And he's like, oh, well, if a pirate named Monkey D. Luffy comes
Yeah.
here, tell him that I passed by. And then they also, I think, bring up Gold Roger, or Dr. Crayon says his name was Gold Roger, but everyone's calling him. Yeah, she brings it up.
She brings it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she brings up the Gold DS.
Right, but she also
brings
says
up the Willow
they
D.
changed, like they
I don't
call
know if
him
this-
Gold D Roger nowadays when he was just called Gold Roger in the past. I don't know if that's relevant or anything.
No. Opposite. He was originally called Gold D Roger.
Okay.
Nowadays they call him
Yeah.
Gold Roger. Because that's what you said. That's what they said at the very beginning of the story, Gold Roger. But yeah. So so this is the first introduction of the whole. This is the first sort of hint at what the Willow D is. But she's old enough, I guess, to really get it.
Right.
But yeah, so that's interesting. I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, she has been around for
130
longer
Oh,
than
she
anyone
was
else.
around during
Yeah,
the
139.
what was it,
Yeah.
the Dark Age or whatever, the Hidden Age, or was that?
No, oh god,
The
he's
voice
not
century.
Not the voice century, dude. Like he's not that
That
old.
was 800 years ago.
No, he's not that old, dude. But still.
We are going to later down. There are some things that have been alive that long, but not a human to our knowledge.
Yeah.
Not a human to our knowledge.
Mm-hmm. I'll also say, by the way, as far as Ace in this section, I think this might, for me personally, I think this might be Ace's most coolest moment for me is whenever the first time we see him, and it's like, yeah, no, it's like about a week ago, and then like it's just they just say like, oh yeah, a guy appeared and like. It was really weird. Like there was no snow that day. Like the amount of ominousness with that fucking introduction is like that is like way cooler than most of the other shit that Ace does. But the fact he just like takes out the snow for the whole island for just like while he's there, like that's that's actually really badass. But well, I mean, just in relative terms, he does some other shit later. But
I love how he leaves because someone talks about how he didn't pay for the food.
Yeah. There's that aspect, where he's on the run again. But like, just the fact that he enters and like he just stops the snow for the whole day. That's just ridiculous. That's just sick. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Was there what else is really been going on here? There's a little reindeer. There's a reindeer scene.
For the mushroom.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
by the way,
the
reindeer were trying to stop Chopper from grabbing the mushroom. Does that mean they were trying to save his life, or were they just being jerks? Okay.
No, they were just being jerks.
Yeah, they were just being jerks. They just didn't like him. They were, oh, hey, it's this blue-nosed fucker. All right, just teach him another lesson.
How many times we gotta teach him his lesson, Blue Nose? Anyway, yeah. Going back to the actual flashback, I think this is the point where like Dalton gets thrown in prison because he was, I guess. Oh no, Chopper was there when the dock blew up, or the cock blew up, and he tried to fight them, and then Dalton turned into his hybrid form and told him to get out of there, so he threw him off the cliff, and they were like, oh, Dalton, you let him escape, we're gonna throw you in prison. I think that's when Blackbeard showed up and chased everyone out, and like Dalton stayed behind. No? Okay.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
It's like this was years later. Like,
Yeah.
Was Dalton still in prison when it happened, or was he like? Is that why he was Is that why he was separated from the rest of Wapol's army?
No, I don't think he was still in prison.
Okay.
When,
Really?
The Blackbeard thing happened.
Okay, so they let him out. So, like, yeah, he betrayed. Like, he definitely separated from the group. But I was
under the impression that he was doing the whole better to die for your dreams thing. Because like the first couple times they asked him to apologize, he said no, and he was still in the prison. Like he was defiant at first.
Yeah, but like, that's my thing. Like, what would he have done? Maybe they just demoted him or something afterwards instead of.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's probably the case. Plus, you also have to think about it. Him being in prison means that Wapol just has complete and utter control over the citizens. There's no one there to even try to help them. So, if he really cares about the citizens,
oh man, the Schindler's List conundrum. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, where either you're in charge and you do this and you try and help people, or you don't do it and then like more people end up getting hurt.
You let someone else get in charge and they don't care about helping people. I know.
That's always the dark right there. I guess that's kind of like the trolley problem. But anyhow, so he's in prison, and then we got cut to the current time where Chopper fights the two goons that have, I guess, been merged in Wapol's little house, and Luffy fights Wapol, and Wapol tries to destroy the pink flower pirate flag, and Luffy protects the flag and gets shot in the face, and they fight. And then Wapol what happens to him? He gets launched into the house or into the castle, right? And Nami like pokes her head out, and Wapple sees her, and he like starts to chase her, and then like he yeah, okay, hang on.
And then we get Skinny
Wapple then
like-
says, "I'm too big to chase her down.
I like that.
I know what I'll do. I'm going to eat myself." So he, like Ouroboros, like cartoon, like he folds himself in on his mouth, and then he unfolds himself, and we get Skinny Wapple, which, whatever.
It is something I've always been interested. Do you guys think that his metal jaw is a part of his devil fruit?
Probably. I think most of his metal body idea has to be part
yeah,
of the devil fruit. But yeah, no, because like his entire I'm looking at him now. Like his top row of teeth is entirely both his top row and his bottom row with his jaw are all made of metal. So
well, I mean, it could just be
that.
that he got so messed up by Blackbeard, and the doctors were just so good that they just gave him a.
No, he already had
he
that
was this
6
way
years
in the
ago.
past.
All right, then
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
that's just
Years ago,
devil
dude,
fruit.
but,
So yeah.
Yeah, I will say there is some interest with like the way Wapple has this whole eating binging thing, and there's like some parallels with Luffy in that sense.
The whole big
Yeah,
eater
there
thing.
is.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Honestly, I think one of the things that was actually because Wapple's also an example of the worst kind of leader, because that's kind of another thing in this arc is like being a leader, like that whole thing with Vivi at the beginning where she says he
Right.
failed as a leader to Luffy.
Yeah, and that's all. Yeah, oh yeah. And like I think
Yeah.
Vivi also got particularly mad when she heard that Wapple abandoned the country after he got attacked.
And it's also just like her as a 10-year-old was already was already kind of
thinking of her people.
What's the word for it? I'm thinking of. She was showing better. Well, yeah, she was showing off better leadership skills and everything than the actual king of Drum Island at that point.
I guess there's also a little bit of tragedy there, where like Waffle's dad was actually a good king, but like Waffle just was like a complete, jerk.
I don't know if it's like spoilage or whatever, but like something. I guess you need to see more Waffle's childhood, which I don't think we're going to see, and I don't really want to see.
There's no reason for Oda to go back on it now.
I mean, hey, he popped up later in the Rivera arc.
He does pop up later.
But yeah, that'd be. Well, oh my god! Imagine if Wapple eats one of the poneglyphs or like one of the sacred Wapples.
No, that'd be really bad if he ate the poneglyphs, because I don't think Wapple's transformations are permanent. Like once he ate himself, like the house kind of stopped being part of him. So if he eats the poneglyph,
Well, yeah, but maybe. Well, you can always just get like a scan of it, like what we see. But all the same, like if he eats one of the ancient weapons, that's something.
Maybe he's actually the strongest. You know what would be really wild? What if you could actually like eat someone and use their devil fruit ability? That would have been
I was
wild.
gonna say, like, isn't that like the theory behind like how Big Mom got hurt? Well, I guess that's way in the future. So, like, what was it, Madam Mother Caramel, right? Like that. Yeah. So, Mother Caramel.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to this.
Mother
so
Caramel.
yeah, so tastes like caramel.
My God.
Yeah.
I guess that's why she was called Caramel.
No, it turns out that wasn't her name at all. It's just what Big Mom was calling her, because like it's kind of messed. Yeah, she remembers her as. But yeah, so Wapple like chases down Nami, and then like Luffy shows up with like the tattered coat, and she's like, "All right, that you'll just have to charge me 3 times as much." And I guess Luffy, he knocks it out of, or he just beats up Wapple, and like, so Wapple's defeated, and like Luffy like throw him out or something, or like. Yes, he
bazookaed him to some other island.
Right.
He knocked him into
like he slung his arms all the way back and just blasted him out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah, like that was another thing. I felt like because Wapple tried to use the big gun or whatnot on Luffy, and I feel like I don't know why he didn't just eat the gun. And
it was a bird's nest.
Like it for some reason wasn't operating properly. Yeah, but just eat it. I guess Luffy's a little bit too close for him to do it, but like just. I mean, like if it's not gonna, if you pull the trigger, it doesn't work.
Does he? Have we seen him like this? His mouth just opens up the whole way, because we've seen him. I think eat people. Yeah, so he could have just done that. I guess.
Yes. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's
eat the house, like because he theoretically could have just eaten it brick by.
No,
I mean,
but we
we
did
all,
see him start eating the ship.
yeah, and it was just like it expands out
All right, so
like
Yeah.
Luffy's.
Luffy bazookas him the heck out of there, and then we have I guess sort of the falling action basically. Like Wapple's men, not Wapple's men. Dalton gets dragged up there for health. Oh
We all
well,
skipping the
the
chopper
Rumble
fight.
Balls. Yeah, he said he
Yeah,
had
the
7
Rumble
forms,
Ball
and you're
and all
supposed to
that
have
stuff.
3
Yeah.
forms, right? Sorry, we talked.
I wonder what happens
Yeah.
if another. What do you think happens if another Zone Type 8 ate the Rumble Ball?
I think they'd get 7. I think they'd have
I mean,
like a similar effect,
theoretically,
essentially.
we do have another zone user on the crew later on, and we could find out, but. Oh, actually, yeah, there you go.
Could have gave one to Dalton.
Could have left some for Dalton. That would have been. That is interesting. It's a shame that, like, from what I'm hearing, is that does not happen in the next 1,000 chapters, does it? So.
No.
No.
Honestly, hey, could you imagine Kaido 7 forms?
All right, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh my god.
Do we know what happens to
unnecessary.
another Devil Fruit user if they
Like,
let's just say you're a Logia and you eat the Rumble Ball?
I have no clue. Cause like it's interesting. Spoilers, kind of, for anyone listening at this moment. Just giving you this warning, probably for like I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, whatever. But it's just interesting because it's like zones are hinted to be distinctly different from Paramecias and Logias in just like the way that they
Right.
might contain a soul of some sort.
Are you talking about the CP9 stuff?
No. I'm just talking about the way they work. So, like, even like in the newest chapter, what they said was like zones have a mind, it can have a mind of their own, essentially, and like how you can use one and give it to a weapon, and then that weapon technically gains sentience and stuff like that. So,
Right. Yeah. That is.
so I'm just wondering,
Down.
is the Rumble Ball something that, because I do think if you give that to any zone user, it should probably affect them similarly. But I'm wondering, would it do anything to
Paramecia.
someone who has a Logia or a Paramecia at all?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, Luffy's in Gear 6, ATX just eats the Rumble Ball.
He does Monster Point with what do you call it? With the Nika fruit, yeah. So.
Yeah.
It is also interesting because this is the first time we get an inference that there might be something more scientific to the way devil fruits work.
Because Chopper and his Rumble.
Oh yeah, with the Rumble Ball, yeah. Yeah. This is probably the first instance of that.
Yes.
Anyways, I guess spoiler.
So Chopper, over. He has 7 forms. I think we see Arm Point, or Hoof Point, I guess. We see Man Point, or Brain Point. He says Brain Point, but that's just his Guard Point, where he turns into a giant fluff ball.
Yeah. Point.
So I think that's 4. So.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Oh yeah, here I could bring them up. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, sorry.
So you have Arm Point, Leg Point, Guard Point, and Brain Point are the extra 4, and then you have the other 3 normal.
Well, no, Brain Point's not an extra.
Oh, his little
That's
chibi
just his hybrid form. Yeah.
So do they not?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just a.
That's weird, that's just an extra. Okay. So he has 4 extra forms, which is the chapter after this, I think. Nope, chapter after that. Yeah, okay, it is the chapter after that. He has Jump Point, Guard Point, Arm
Antler
Point, and Antler Point.
And then Antler. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Jump,
Okay.
Well, yeah, the jump is the same as the legs. It's just he's just pretty much doing arm points up with his legs. But
do you think any one of those is cooler than the other?
I thought the arm point thing with the hooves, it kind of looked interesting on that one. So it's like fluff point or guard point. That was just kind of
arm point comes back. I
like brain.
Yeah. Guard point. Oh, you didn't like that one? Okay.
What about jump point though? Because I always thought jump point looked really
points
sweet.
Revealed in again? One. Let me just pull it up.
Oh yeah. Wait. What is he doing? Why does he have like more hair on his arms in jump point?
See, what was it? 150. 149. Rumble. Oh,
maybe it's 149.
Let's see. Let's take a look here.
Yep.
Yeah. So Oh, okay. So
It's
there's
149
the
page
arm.
6.
Oh, that's jump point. Okay. Actually, yeah, that is kind of sleek. That is kind of cool. And then what is it? That's guard point, where he's a giant fluff ball. Meh. Let's see. Where is the arm
Yeah.
point, where he has arm point or the hoof point? You know, actually, I think jump point is cooler. I think you're right.
Jump point looks cooler. I just knowing what happens, I prefer arm point.
Okay.
That
So, and then
one's
yeah,
better
he
form.
does the cherry blossom carving iron
Yeah.
hoof. Yeah, I remember that.
I will say, the one thing I don't like about it is Rain Point's
Oh no,
scope,
man!
I
It's
think,
just
is
observation.
stupid.
No, I'm kidding. That pose. It's got to be a beam. He's gonna shoot a beam for sure.
Oh god.
And then yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's just like the whole scope thing. Spoilers again. The whole scope thing, I'm fine with that having been dropped after the time skip, because to me, that was just kind of
So wait, do they actually say after the
needlessly
time skip? Oh yeah, there's no
childish.
more scoping involved, or
You
what
know?
is he?
Well, it's because
No, they just don't do it again.
Chopper has a whole different set of forms after the time skip. So
Yeah. Well, I will say, I can't think of a single. Wait, there are
New-
two forms that Chopper has that I think look better after the time skip,
Oh,
and every other form I think is worse.
Right.
Those two forms are just his reindeer point and his human point, or like
Oh yeah,
heavy
dude,
point, whatever you
Horn
want to
Point.
call.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the wiki right now. Horn Point got so downgraded because
I know.
it's half the instead of being like instead of being based off the reindeer form, it's based off the chibi form. It's like, oh my god, it looks so bad. And then there's
Yeah,
Kung Fu
it's
Point
just
or whatever this is, but yeah.
yeah. Kung Fu Point is a disaster. They combined the Jump Point and Arm Point got combined
Mm-hmm.
into Kung Fu Point, and he basically like Kung Fu
hang on.
Panda. That's just him.
Right.
So it's just
Just imagine
it's a downgrade.
imagine Chibi Chopper just looking more like Poe, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Hell,
walk
even
point.
Monster
Okay.
Point looks worse.
Oh, whoa.
I don't know. I think Monster Point
I
probably
just
looks
see
the same.
his horn
So
point. His
Yeah,
horns
yeah,
are
it's
about the
massive.
same.
His
It's just
arms
like
are like
it's
bulging, but like the rest of his body's like extremely humanoid. He's got like fur on his back. Heavy point. What the heck?
yeah. It's kind of like I will say we kind of did just don't look at all
Look
the
at his
points.
neck!
Well, heavy
Yeah.
points just
Neck!
his regular like human thing.
Yeah, well, that's what you guys said.
Oh, you're looking at
my
the
god,
post-time skip?
Kung Fu
That's his
point.
fur, man.
Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
All right, no more. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm right with you, Godfrey. Horn Point time skip wise was such a huge downgrade.
Mm.
God.
Oh yeah.
Remember to bleep out my name and whatnot if you're interested.
Oh, yep. Yep. I'm gonna go through this and have to bleep that
That's
out.
two.
Got that.
You got 2 bleeps so far. Anyway.
All we need is your name drop, and then the circle will be complete. Anyhow, oh wait, it's got to be me because Opa and Enel, you both did the name drop, so I gotta accidentally name drop you, Opa. Yeah, don't worry, no, I'm not gonna do it.
I thought we yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
but yeah. So enough about the
it really
points. Yeah,
matters
so
that
Choppers.
much, but anyways,
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
Opal
actually a
over
really
here
big
already
deal
done
right
a
there,
face
yeah.
drop, which is
Face drop and a card drop, you know. So
yeah.
yeah.
Anywho, so
Yeah,
what
where he
what
revealed
were we
his
on
rumble
exactly?
balls
Yeah,
and
Chopper's
whatnot.
fight. Was okay. Yeah, I mean, I like the I like the arm point. I like the the
Yeah.
Kunkasu or whatever it's called. Kote, what was it? Claw,
You mean the
Cross or whatever he used. I don't know.
the cherry blossom thing you did?
Anyways, yeah, just the
Oh,
hoof.
the hoof, yeah.
Just the massive hoof imprint punch that he does. Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty cool. I don't know. Chopper is weird. In terms of like, even in terms of like power, even in terms of like the power ranking on like of the Straw Hats, Chopper is weird because at this point with the crew, he's
Usopp.
definitely like just above. Was it probably just above Usopp, who's just above Nami.
Did
Nami
Usopp do
really is,
anything
like,
this arc?
non-combatant for the most part. But He sort of inspired Zoro to help Dalton.
He tried
He
to carry
he
Dalton.
tried to carry Dalton.
And that was it.
All right.
That
That's
that was
Usopp's-
pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's Usopp. He's not really supposed to be doing a whole
Yeah,
ton.
but it's just funny
Yeah.
because like didn't
Yes,
like
he did.
Zoro just one-handed like pick
Yeah,
up
he
Dalton and
did.
carry him after that?
Yeah, he just like Usopp was like struggling. I did give him the piggyback right, and Zoro was like, "All right, over the shoulder. Let's
Oh yeah,
go."
no, dude.
Up
Drum
and
Island's
down."
got the best healthcare system ever, apparently. So like, yeah, Dalton, multiple spears, hypothermia. He's good to go. He is a-okay. So
Yeah, even the duck who like froze to death for like the entire arc, they still managed to get him out.
Oh wait, did you guys realize when Dr. Kureha was talking about like how they fix them, she said that they were just gonna
Yeah,
boil
they did. They
water
just said give him-
and
yeah.
then throw Luffy into it. Like
Yeah,
they literally just threw him into boiled water.
that's so bad for like for being cold shock. Like that's oh boy. That's like it just makes your entire body bubble up and explode.
Well, he's rubber. He's very malleable. He'll.
Yeah, I mean, Luffy does have a doping thing going on later, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's also another thing actually.
But he
'cause
was
the
just
cold affects
acting
him
like it
badly
wasn't
since he's
affecting him.
rubber.
Whatever.
It should, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's actually.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like
it.
on the actual like when he was climbing the mountain, that's when it really like comes in hand when he's really feeling the cold.
Yeah.
And mainly in the anime, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he experiences cold a lot worse in a later arc, but still.
True.
Yeah, going back to the resolution.
All right, so that's the end of
Chopper
that part.
wants to join their crew. There's a little bit of back and forth where he says he's a monster, and Luffy's like, we just join our crew. You get 7 forms. And then he tells Dr. Kureha, and like Kureha also chases him out, and she does her whole tough love thing, and like then when they're on the boat, Chopper reveals that he's a doctor and that he had the doctor tools. And,
Yeah.
Because Kureha stuck them. Oh, how they left. So Chopper did the Santa Claus thing where he turned into his reindeer form, got everyone on the sleigh, and like left.
Yeah, I found that panel to be pretty interesting. It's kind of small in the manga. Like I was
Yeah,
expecting
actually,
it to be
it
like a
probably
cover
could've been.
page sub panel, but because I mean Oda does that type of stuff all the time on the cover pages, where it's just like the whole crew is in like a weird ass scenario, like this, like where they're running down a tightrope on a boat or something. There's a bunch of different panels with them just it is in some like weird flying machine and everyone's about to fall off or something, and then like everybody's also eating like. There's so much.
Did they ever
weird
do the
cover art
Chopper
going on, but
reindeer
this
sleigh
one-
thing
this
ever
one-
again?
This one was very
Like-
small.
Yeah. No.
I don't know about that specifically. I think they
Alright.
might have done a
No more
sleigh, but I don't
Santa
think
Claus.
Chopper was the one pulling it. But
Yeah. Once we leave
I have a
Winter
question.
Island,
Was this
yeah, all
arc
the
released
Santa
around
Claus stuff.
Christmas or
just
something? Am I
dropped.
missing something here? Or?
Right.
The other
I
question
really
is
don't know.
Japan is not in the Western Hemisphere, so do they experience winter Christmas like we do, or
They sometimes get snow, I think, yeah. I don't know how often they get snow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but Japan
because they have
definitely,
summer
just the
vacation where
way
it's an
we've
actual
seen it, they
summer,
probably
so
do.
I guess that makes sense.
I can't imagine that.
Uh,
It says,
okay.
so looking at
Oh.
chapter 149, the release date
149.
was in August.
Really?
So,
I'm
Well, maybe he
Well,
planned it
I'm
149.
le-
That's like what,
wait,
26 chapters?
149.
What?
Oh yeah. Something else came up. Okay. Yeah. This stuff almost all. I think almost all of the entire. I think the entire arc probably just released after Christmas.
Maybe he was
Right,
feeling
yeah.
inspired
Like it
by all
started
the
after
Christmas.
Christmas.
Stuff then.
You mean? I don't know if Oda planned it out like that, but yeah, maybe.
He did plan a reindeer to be with the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it. I know that. Chopper, actually, if you look, Chopper was supposed to look a lot different.
Wait, how do you know?
The initial design.
Yeah. I've seen it. Like, Oda actually, I
Oh,
think
he
he
had,
had a
like, proto
drawing of
drawings?
basically the people he wanted. on
Okay,
the
we
crew
gotta-
from like towards the
Yeah,
beginning.
no, we
of
gotta
when he
do
made
like
it.
a reaction to that.
Yeah,
the next,
yeah, I
the
can
next, the
send you
next arc
some.
we'll open up with that. We'll like, all right, these are proto designs of the people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds great.
He's really killed with the chopper. He looks pissed.
Well, I mean, you know, if he can't, if he
He
thought he
does.
was eating the human fruit, but he ate the snowman fruit, I'd be pissed. You know.
I guess. Yeah. He looks,
Wait. So if
he
an
needs
animal
to
eats
Eeyore
the
life
fruit
when
that's the
he
same as them, they become an enlightened form. Have we ever seen that? I guess aside from Sengoku. But...
Well,
Okay.
well, I mean,
fair enough. But like,
Sengoku
have we
kind of ate a
seen?
different thing altogether.
Holy
Yeah,
crap!
but
Dude, oh my god! Imagine like that means a chopper eating the human fruit is actually really bad because that means if any human ate that fruit instead of chopper, they go enlightened. That would be crazy. But
So we haven't seen
yeah,
anything like the
probably not.
dog fruit being eaten by a dog, or the cat fruit being eaten by a cat.
no.
Mm.
Yeah, no, there's actually very few. I can't actually think of another animal that has
Oh,
eaten a devil fruit right
really?
now. Huh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There are
yeah, I'm
more
trying to
weapons
think
that
of
have
it.
eaten a
I
devil
I
can't.
fruit
don't
than
think of
animals.
that.
Because
I
two,
don't think
right?
I've seen
The
another
sword.
group of
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, yes.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, there was one where it was a cannon that ate a dog fruit. I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
excellent. We get to see
That's
that
the
next
arc
time. Another
after this.
weapons eat fruit instead of animals eat fruit. So, but yeah. So they get Chopper onto their crew, and they're
Oh.
heading to Alabasta next. And we know Ace is going to be there. We know Blackbeard's involved somehow, or maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. It just seems like he's been name dropped twice. And at the very end, we get to see a guy with a mysterious shaped scar on his face, being like, "Oh, I've got to pretend to be the hero of this nation." Ooh, who could this be? I'm thinking his name is what?
Wait, did they dropped him?
I don't think
That's
so.
weird.
Let me see if I can.
Did they not name drop him here? That's weird.
Hold on. Let me go through 154. I feel like they did.
Oh God!
Maybe.
Oh, we
We
got to
see
talk
Mr.
about that, don't
Two
we?
Bon Clay
Swan
again.
Okama. Actually, no, that's all I'm going to say about that. No. That's it.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So anyhow, yeah. So we know we're
Okama Kempo.
we know
You
that
you
Sir
don't like the
Crocodile.
Okamas? Wait, what?
Is this like is he just supposed to be like Crocodile Sama? Is that why like he's called Sir Crocodile? Okay, so it is just Sir.
No, I think it is
Crocodile.
distinctly different. Yeah.
Crocodile! I just remember, like, in the anime, it's like, I don't know if it's just Luffy, but I just remember they always, like,
Crocodile.
the L in Crocodile. Like, Crocodile! Every time.
I do remember that too.
Every time.
A royal
I don't know.
Shibi
It's
Shibukai is a pirate that hunts other pirates.
let's
I'll
see.
definitely
Royal
say,
Shibi. Oh, the Seven Warlords.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Shibukai, yeah.
One sec. I'm trying to figure out because the next stretch is gonna be 155 to
But, like,
let's
the
see,
end
when
of
does it end?
Alabasta, I think.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we're getting past the 200s here.
Yeah. This is a massive jump in chapter readings.
Yeah, this is at this point, this is by far the biggest arc.
Yeah.
Oh God! Wow! Are we in the?
right,
We're
so
in the
it's around 70
220s.
chapters.
Wait, right before the 220s.
Yeah, Striker. So
Okay.
you're gonna have to, so you're gonna have to buckle down for this next one. Just because I know the next time we talk about it, there's gonna be so much to talk about. I will say
Yeah.
this much for Crocodile's introduction. It's like I
218.
think this is actually like a really hype way to go about doing this because it's like at least in the color scans for the panels, like you see Crocodile, they all stab him. I don't think we've really been introduced to Loki as yet, so it's like they all stab him, and then like he just destroys everybody.
We
I
have
looked
seen
at-
Smoker.
Yeah, oh yeah, we have right. I seen it like I think I looked at it in the anime as well, and while it's like the anime has like the big cover shot afterwards after crocodiles kill everybody. In the anime, it looks they're like they actually pan around and show you like the guys and like they're just like sucked down to like their skeletons. Like even like the really fat one is just like the one that used to be fat like now his entire face is just sunken and bone skinny. It's like it looks just devastating. But I don't know. It was just a very interesting way to introduce a character like that.
Yeah,
Like he
it was
jumps off
pretty
the
epic.
building. Yeah.
Honestly, I will say that's something I feel like Oda, like thinking about it, I think Oda actually does that pretty well in terms of like introducing a character with a certain amount of like this huge feel to them, essentially. Like
Right.
super powerful, intimidating.
There's hell, even Ace, like we were just talking about earlier.
Yeah, Ace. Well, I'm thinking about like especially like Kaido when he gets introduced.
Oh yeah, like the very first time we see him is like when isn't that when he comes off the Sky Island to fight Kid?
Yes. Yeah, and it's just like just massive production, literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
But
these introductions are pretty crazy. But yeah, next time
Whole,
we'll talk about the whole
piece,
fucking
the whole
shebang,
piece.
which is a lot. And
yeah, that one we might want to plan a bit more time to talk about.
probably that's probably the best way to
Yeah,
go about it.
because it's a huge chapter, all right.
These are this is like one of the massive arcs. This is one of the major arcs. It's like
Oh, that's right,
the
because East
entirety of
Blue was
East
just
Blue.
we don't go to any other the blues, do we? It was
Oh.
just East Blue, which was like the first three, right? Like,
Yeah, they talk about the
Yeah.
other blues here and there, but we never actually go to them. Which
Yeah.
is something I kind of wish they did. They kind of wish that they could have helped it a little bit more in terms of some of the scale of things, but yeah, because I just feel like the Grand
we are
Line
on the
itself
Grand
is
Line
like
right now,
fucking
aren't we?
ridiculously
Right?
massive. But
It
like it's
is.
yes.
Well, I mean, there was some stuff we get to see later down the line with the split of the crew. The spoilers. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh
have to
yeah.
mark all
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
different parts with the with spoilers.
I don't know, but yeah, that was kind of but that was kind of just like a quick exhibition of everything, like a quick montage. Kind compared to like these honest to god stories, like, that kind of was more of a montage rather than like an actual exploration of the islands. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I guess. But yeah, so yeah, because remember the Grand Line itself is technically would be just the equator, or like a little, I guess a
Yeah.
little bit more width, but pretty much just the equator and everything. And the seas are like the actual north, south, east,
Yeah, I
west.
mean,
Like
each blue seems like it's bigger than the Grand Line by a
yeah,
massive amount.
yeah, yeah. If you look at the map, it looks like it should be like the blues look like each of the blues look like they should be much
Well, yeah, I
bigger
mean,
than
like if
Grand
it's just
Line,
the
but
equator
Yeah, they
versus like
take
a
up about a
quarter of
quarter
the
of
planet, you know,
a piece.
you're right.
no, the blues are going to be bigger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we're sticking on that equator though. All right. Anyways, okay, cool stories, guys. You can probably cut off the I guess the recorder now.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, next arc we're gonna be reading is the Alabasta arc. That's chapters 155 to 218. When that will happen, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
good suspense. You don't know when it's going to come, and when it
We
does
have
come,
no
it'll be a
idea
pleasant surprise. So,
Uh,
all right, the OPA crew signing off.
I suppose.